Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday to you. December 8th. Man, this season has sure flown right by. You know what? Seems like it wasn't long ago that it was early September, and we were talking about antelope and mule deer seasons kicking off and elk hunting and all that kind of thing. And dang, now here it is, December. We got some cold weather moving through a lot of the U.S. It's actually, I know it's snowing in Georgia right now with our boys there. Sean Cook is down there in the snow. He's an Alabama boy, so he's probably got his mittens on and holed up in a room somewhere with a blanket. So he's probably just taking cover. But hey, us from the Midwest can handle it a little bit more. That's right, Sean. But we have been doing the Hunt Camp Report for since September, the first part of September, and that actually wrapped up last week. We were actually in the Iowa office there, and we got to say hey to everybody in the warehouse there, and some of our friends that are in Iowa, and hopefully everybody got to watch last week. So that was a lot of fun. Gave you a little bit of tour of the place there, and we're kind of hopping around. I'm actually in South Carolina this week, so it's actually raining here, not snowing here, but just a couple hours down more towards the Georgia part of things, it's actually snowing. So if anybody's looking to get hunting this weekend, could actually be pretty good with the snow kind of coming through. Maybe right when it gets over, around here, it's supposed to kind of get over in the morning, and when that clears up, could be actually a pretty good day for hunting tomorrow. So hopefully some people get out and have some success this weekend. A lot of gun seasons are really opening up. I know Iowa's shotgun seasons are getting going. They've got a couple seasons that they do, and I know South Carolina rifle season goes through December up to January 1st. I know rifle season's still open in Georgia, and there's still a lot of people bow hunting out there as well. So even when the rifle seasons are going on, a lot of people like to stay out there with their bows, and I'm kind of with those guys. I enjoy getting out there with my bow as much as possible. So it's especially when it really starts getting cold like this, and maybe you've had a warm season where you're at when it really starts to cool off, and you might have some snow coming through it. It really feels like hunting season. Looks like Scott says he's all tagged out there in Pennsylvania. Nice job, Scott. You should send us a picture so we can see what you've taken down this year. But if you've been following us, you know that we're doing a big hunt giveaway, and unfortunately, if you didn't enter for it, it's too late. But a lot of people entered throughout the Centerway BioStrike Hunt Camp Report simply by sharing the weekly post that we were doing of the Hunt Camp Report. So for each week that you shared that week's post of the Hunt Camp Report, entered you for the grand prize giveaway, which is a November 2018 whitetail bow hunt at IMB Outfitters in Missouri. And this could possibly be a lot of people's biggest opportunity to kill a big buck. Honestly, the biggest buck of their entire life. Whoever wins this hunt is going to be around giants, no doubt. It's just a matter of being in the right place at the right time, just like hunting anywhere else. But like I said, if you shared that post each week throughout the entire deal, I think there was 13 weeks, so you got 13 entries if you did every week. So if you did every week, you've got a really good chance at winning that hunt giveaway. And it's November 4th through 8th. It's a 5-day hunt in Missouri next year. So, all you got to do is get yourself there, show up, and from there we take care of the costs of the hunt and your tag, and we'll feed you while you're there, and we'll house you there. And all you got to do is get yourself there and get yourself home, hopefully with the cooler full of meat when you're all done. So we're looking forward to hanging out and meeting whoever it is that ends up winning that hunt giveaway next year. And we're actually going to do the random drawing and announce the winner from the ATA show here in about a month in January. And the ATA show happens every year. It's in Indianapolis. It's the biggest archery trade show of the year, and it's where all the archery manufacturers show up and kind of show all the products they've got and show off the new products they've got coming out for the year. And Hunter Specialties is going to be there in big fashion. We're going to be showing all our good Centerway stuff that we've got, the Centerway Max, the Centerway BioStrike line, and of course all the other goodies that we've got in our line. And We're going to have some of our friends hanging out in the booth with us, the Buck Ventures guys. Hopefully we can get Jeff Danker and his buddies over, hang out in the booth for a little while. Ralph and Vicky will probably stop by for a little bit, and some of our other friends as well. So we'll actually, one of those people will probably end up being the person that actually pulls the name out of the hat, or however we end up doing it. We have yet to decide how we're going to do the official announcement, but we're going to do it via Facebook Live straight from the booth, so you'll have to keep up with us throughout the ATA show to see who ends up winning that hunt giveaway. And that's right, our buddy Carl Drake will be making an appearance. That's right. He's going to come say hi to us, so maybe we'll even have to pop on the Facebook Live a little bit when he's in our booth. I know by January he might be starting to think about turkey hunting again. He's a dang turkey hunting fool, because January, it's a couple months away from turkey season's open up again. Here it is. It's December 8th, so 3 months from now is March 8th, and I think Alabama starts March 15th, so 3 months and a week away from Alabama opening up turkey season. So starting to get turkeys on the mind. Maybe deer season's kind of closed up for you in your area, and maybe you've tagged out. Looks like, like we said, who was that earlier that said he was? That's right, Scott said he was tagged out in Pennsylvania. So, Scott, time to start thinking about turkey season. Make sure you got your calls in line, practice your diaphragm calling, and maybe even come see us at the NWTF show in February. We'll be there again in Nashville at the NWTF show and convention. We always have a big old booth there, and say hi to a lot of our good friends that we see every year, and we're going to have a lot of cool guys in the booth that know a lot of things about turkey hunting. Carl Drake will be there with us. Our buddy Tad Brown, who plays a big role in actually developing calls for us, he'll be there. Steve Cobb will be there. Brad Biddle will be there. We're going to have a lot of guys in our booth that, live and breathe not just hunting, but turkey hunting in specific. And maybe if you need to brush up on your calling a little bit, want a few tips, those will be some great guys to talk to about that. A couple of our guys, they know how to make diaphragm calls, in the garages in their basements. So, if you're a diaphragm call person that's trying to master the art of diaphragm calling, it's like me. I can blow a diaphragm call, but I'm by no means a professional. I've got a lot to learn from these other guys, Tad and Carl and Steve, and spending some time with those guys, pick up the little tips here and there that can really take your calling up a notch. But myself, I've got a couple more days left in me hunting. I think I might be able to get out for an afternoon in Georgia this weekend, and possibly the weekend after that. I think I probably got a couple more afternoons left in me, and after that, I think it's probably gonna be it for deer season for me. As I'm gonna be heading back home and hanging with the family for about a week in the Midwest there for Christmas. So for hunting season it's still in full swing, but we still got some time left for a lot of people. So the Hunt Camp Report is over, but please continue to talk to us and show us if you put something down. As the temperatures get colder into late December and early January, especially in the Midwest, those deer really start getting on those heavy feeding patterns, those late season patterns. Carl Drake is going to be doing the Iowa muzzleloader in December 15th to 21st. So looks like he's going to be using the muzzleloader during probably the second shotgun season there in Iowa. So. That's going to be a great opportunity for you, Carl, to get out and kill a big buck, especially if you get some super cold weather. Those deer start hitting those food plots and getting on those cornfields and beans and things like that. Start hitting that food real hard. That's actually a great way to kill a big buck. Everybody thinks about the rut and killing big bucks then, but the thing about the rut is deer are so unpredictable at that time. They can be following a doe, and you just got to hope that doe comes by you. If you do, it's game on, but if that doe runs the other direction, sometimes you can grunt at them, you can do whatever, and they're not going to come back. If they've got a doe, they're going to stick with them. But in the late season, when the rut kind of gets over and they start getting on those food patterns, you can really pattern them well and set up where there could be 15, 20 or more deer in a field hitting that food, and they're going to stick right there. Chris says, how do you feel about late doe seasons in December? It just kind of depends on the area. If there's a lot of does in an area, a lot of deer in an area, it can't hurt. If it's a low percent a low numbers deer area, maybe it's not as necessary. But I mean, I'm not gonna. I know the DNR knows what they're doing for the most part, and I'm gonna let them do their thing. And I mean, whatever's legal is obviously what you need to stick to. But a lot of times in late December, you can get some pretty nasty weather. So in my experience, I think a lot of the guys that might do a late doe season then anyway may end up staying back just because the weather's real inclement. Like, I don't feel like I need to kill a doe that bad. But you know what? If you hadn't killed a deer yet during that year, having another opportunity to get some meat home for the family it's a great opportunity in those late doe seasons that do sometimes happen. Looks like William Sullivan's going to be heading back to Georgia for a late season buck, so good luck to you, William. Hopefully he has some success. Like I said, with this weather coming through, it could be good here in the near future with these low temperatures and the snow that actually is dropping in Georgia. So interesting hunting, much different than what we started with in mid-September with 90 degrees and 80 degrees on a regular basis, especially for William because he's from Florida. So he knows about hunting in warm weather. So a little bit of cooler weather hunting will be nice for William, I believe, in Georgia. So one thing I want to mention to you guys is when I was back in Iowa last week, I had to pick something up. We actually had a photo shoot at Sean Cook's place in Alabama before I went up there, and I actually lost one of my HS beanies on a dirt road that he's got there, and he found it later on. But I had to get another one while I was at the office there, and got it right here. This is perfect because the weather's cooled off and got to keep the old noggin warm. But you can actually get these on our website, shop.hunterspec.com. So you can get this HS beanie as well as other hats that we've got right there. But it's a great little stocking stuffer for anybody who's looking for a Christmas gift or a hunter that you've got nearby. So or for yourself, if you're just getting a little chilly out there and you weren't planning on hunting in the snow this year, you might need yourself a little stocking cap. So I'm going to have this on me at all times now that I've got my other one. Sean, you can just keep yours. That's fine. I'll donate that to you for a little early Christmas present. But that's about all I got for you guys today. Hopefully everybody's having a good Friday, had a good week. We hope everybody's having a great holiday season and gets to spend some time with their friends and family that maybe you don't get to see as much. Maybe go out and have lunch with some friends that you've got, and just keep your friends close. And we wish everybody a great holiday season. We'll like I said, be sure to keep up with us all the way now through ATA, and we'll let you know who wins the hunt giveaway then. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week, same time, 1 p.m. Eastern, right here on the HS page. Have a good week.